Hello, I'm Sanne de Wilde. I'm a Flemish, Belgian-born photographer. I've spent a lot of my time these past years living in the Netherlands and traveling all over the world, exhibiting my work and creating new projects for which I use photography as the core medium, usually documentary photography, real stories about real people, and then I transform them in a way where I try to highlight perception and mythology and create an own kind of imaginary world. And I think what inspires me a lot is movement and also being in motion myself. I think I draw a lot of inspiration from that, being in the world, meeting people, seeing things, exploring through my own eyes the simple things that also happen around me on a daily basis. So since COVID hit and travel became kind of impossible, I feel a little bit like dried plum. I feel like the movement that also makes things flow in my mind and then kind of pours through my fingers into the camera. I miss that now. At the same time, I don't mind spending time in the bubble of the mind. I think I noticed also through this period in time that I don't necessarily look for inspiration in books or in other people's work. Although when I'm showing my work a lot and traveling, I do spend a lot of time in exhibitions and of course get inspired also by materials and works, mostly I think from other art than photography in itself. I think I'm also very interested in exploring different mediums than just photography. And I think that surprises me perhaps more than the photography I see, although I love pictures and I love thinking about how to frame things and capture colors in an image. I think colors are very important to me as a person, very sensitive to color, and I have a very particular way of also surrounding myself with colors. And I think the colors that you'll find in my work, they expand throughout my personal life and environment. So I think I do see creating work or telling stories or photography as an extension of my mind and my way of seeing things and my experience. So for me, that all kind of flows and there's a certain fluidity there that intertwines with maybe how I dress or elements I surround myself with. I think sometimes also maybe not as much inspiration, but I do like to surround myself with things that I find interesting or inspiring in terms of color and shape. And I think maybe that is something in which I would like to grow and also expand on in my own work, to accumulate all these things, to kind of make a patchwork of what you see, what you feel, what you surround yourself with. I also feel that the things that interest me in life, which is often also theater or other kind of performances, I feel like it does affect my own practice and somehow it shines my eye, or it has an influence on what I do, or it seeps through experiences from the past, things that I've done, other mediums I've worked in or with people. What also occupies me, I guess, is taking care of your health and your body, yoga, meditation, things that I think became a much bigger part of my life this past year than before, where my life was mostly travel and the movement, the way people live a different life, how cultures create their own universe within the same world. And that is something I think my brain feeds on somehow, or that I nourish my brain with and my mind. framing everything in an image. What inspires me, for example, is the snow that's here right now, the beauty that creates, how it creates a different filter on life. Looking at people whose glasses become completely damp and opaque because of the mouth mask they're wearing. The subtle use of color, sometimes accidental, that you see when you walk around or you enter a place. I don't know, I can laugh a lot with very silly things, maybe things that other people don't really pay attention to, that completely cracks me up. Often very small things that are not very humoristically intended, without making a joke of people, of course. I don't know. I'm also trying to experience how to build a space around you. And I think that's also something I do in my work. Try to look at the spatial aspect of how to place images and thoughts within the framework of a physical space. Yeah, that's a little touch of me.